Okay, have you ever wished you could receive a message from a loved one who has passed away? Making a connection could be easier than you think if you know how. Concetta Bertoldi is a world-renowned psychic medium who consults with everyone from members of the Britain's royal family to celebrities to folks like you and me. We're honored to have you here. This is pretty cool. She's here to talk about her new book, Inside the Other Side. Concetta, thank you for being here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
I think you should describe for me and the viewers what your talent exactly is.
Well, in simple words, I hear dead folks. I've heard them my whole life. I'm very comfortable with them, and they've guided me, and that's what I do.
Are you hearing them now?
I hear them all the time, but what happens is when I look for them, when I'm working, I go into lower stages of subconscious. When I'm in a conscious mind state, as I am right now, I can hear them still, but when I'm working, I deliberately go into a lower subconscious state.
And are they telling you, what are they saying? Or what are some samples, I suppose?
Well, to be honest with you, I am always looking for validations that will prove to someone that I'm reading for that they are there indeed. And my work is all solely worked on positive energy and wanting people to have peace and comfort and find love from these validations.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about the book, Inside the Other Side. This is your second book?
My third
Your
book.
third book. What are some of the details?
Well, the first two books are frequently asked questions, and this book is more chapters, so that's the difference. But I really tried to focus on helping people to find their own way to hearing the other side as well. And I also tried to share my life in terms of what happens to me with hearing these dead folks. And I've also included a lot of my client testimonies because they're very beautiful and very enlightening.
Now, one of the titles of the book is kind of interesting. Do dead people see you in the shower? Is that what it is?
The first book was Do Dead People Watch You Shower?
Okay.
And that's a New York Times bestseller, and I am proud to say it's in many languages around the world. So fortunately, I've gotten the opportunity to write a few more books.
I got to ask you, do they watch you in the shower?
Well,
what does it come down to?
They do, but they're not peeping Toms, you know. They're in the air that you breathe. Keep in mind that people don't mind if God watches them. They just don't want their grandmother to watch them. But yes, they do see us, but it's not the way you and I would look at it.
I see. You've had some high-profile readings that you've been
Yes,
involved in.
I have. I work from people from all walks of life, I'm proud to say.
All right. Let's talk about ways to be an angel on earth, because that's one of the topics in your book.
Yes, yes. Well, to be honest with you, I'm always looking for ways to be an angel on earth because I think it really would make a difference. There are so many ways, and there's some simple ways. I think personally, one is like just, what if you had a whole bunch of costume jewelry that you don't use anymore? Wouldn't it be nice to donate it to a children's hospital?
Sure.
Wouldn't it be nice to teach somebody how to forgive somebody? I mean, everybody talks about forgiveness all the time, but what about if you know someone who's having a really hard time being angry at something or someone? How about helping that person learn to forgive something?
Sure.
Another way, earth. Earth is a gift from God, everybody. Why wouldn't we want to help each other in cleaning it up? If you see other people leaving their garbage, stop and pick it up. I know I do. It makes a difference. Try to appreciate what God has given us.
I think that goes along with another topic in the book, karma.
Karma. Karma's large.
What does it mean? Break it down for us.
Well, you have to look at karma as though we're a karmic bank and you're making deposits in a bank account. And when you do good or bad, you're making a deposit and there's an end result. There's a tally at the end. So when you go through your life, go through it as though you were visualizing making a very positive instead of a negative deposit.
All right, and you also talk about the importance of putting out positive energy. It goes hand in hand with karma.
It does, darling. But what you want to do is remember that everything is a full circle. So what you give out is going to come back. When you give out positive energy, you're going to get back positive energy. It's so simple, and people try to make it so difficult, and they try to make it so hard to understand even when you read it. So I tried to make my book an easy read so that people can understand in a simple way how to make these things happen for them.
And you just give some easy examples, as you mentioned already. Teach, thank you, you're welcome. Don't forget your manners. Pray for other souls. Keep the peace. That's an important one.
And smile. And smile. How about just a simple smile?
That helps.
It certainly does. I mean, you know, you'd be surprised how when you walk through life and you have someone that you had never seen before and you just greet them with a big smile, the reaction you get. It's continual energy going round and round.
All right, I have to bring you back to the early days here. How did you realize you had kind of a unique
I've always
talent
heard
here.
them. I've never been without them.
Even at a young age?
At a very young age, and that's why people ask me, am I afraid of them? I said, if it started happening to me now, at this stage of my life, I would be afraid. But since I've heard them my whole life, I'm not afraid. I'm more afraid of this side of the veil than I am of the other side.
Well, I guess the other ones can't really hurt you, can they?
Well, everything I do, I think in terms of the light of God. So I don't care what religion you are, because I believe we all belong to the same place, the same God, and I think we're here to love each other despite our differences. So knowing that, I work solely with asking the light of God to be involved in my work. So I do feel safe.
All right, well, we have about a minute left, and I just want to get into it a little bit further if we can. What do you hear? Like, what are you getting from these people?
Well, to be honest, our world, as you can see it, is changing.
Okay.
The veil is getting thinner between that side and this side. And we're trying, they're wanting us to wake up and smell the coffee, so to speak. But I think it's a benefit to us, because if if everyone knew what I know about the other side and about what's happening here, I think we would be a lot kinder to one another, and we'd try a little bit harder.
They're getting a message out, or at least trying to,
Absolutely.
through you?
Well, you know what? We all get messages. I didn't corner the market on this, so I always try to tell people, remember, I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else. I'm very grateful that I hear them. But we all have this ability.
All right. Now, Concetta, you have a book signing. It's Friday, 7 o'clock. Let's put the information up on the screen. It's at R.J. Julia Booksellers. That's in Madison. So you'll be on hand answering some questions, signing books?
I will be addressing the crowd gladly, and I look forward to seeing everyone there.
All right. Very good. Thank you for coming on
Thank you,
Connecticut Style
Teresa.
today. More information, of course, on WTNH.com.